On S.N.L, Trump sidesteps calamities and subconscious tourist. The picture of President Trump keeping his distance while a man collapsed inside the Oval workplace for the duration of an announcement approximately the White House's plans to decrease the cost of weight problems tablets could seem to inform its own tale sufficiently. However, Saturday Night Time Live added some details to this narrative with an opening comic strip that saw James Austin Johnson in his habitual role because the president riffing on this scene even while decidedly doing nothing in any respect to mitigate it. This weekend's broadcast, hosted by using Nikki Glazer and offering the musical guest Somber, commenced inside a recreation of the Oval workplace, with Mikey Day as an Eli Lilly executive making comments from a lectern, flanked by means of Marcelo Hernandez as Dr. Mehmet Oz, the pinnacle of Medicare and Medicaid services, and Andrew Dismukes as Secretary of Fitness and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Cue Jeremy Colhang passing out, some feet far away from them, and cue Johnson directly diverting attention away from the man. "Oh, hi," Johnson said to the camera. "Didn't see you there." "Someone was deaf in my office. I think I'm playing this very normal. Just stand there and stare like a sociopath. Didn't even fake like I was going to help, like when a person drops something and you do the fake bend." He introduced that every week he has been trying to create a massive visual that kind of sums up how things are going. "Last week it was the demolishing of the East Wing," he said. "This week it's a medical profession almost death in my Oval office at the mere idea of charging less for drugs. Maybe next week a bald eagle will fall useless out of the sky and splat right at the White House garden." And by using garden, of course, I suggest large, outdoor, concrete ground. He fretted over the elections held Tuesday and Zohran Mamdani's victory in the race for mayor of New York City. "I'm torn because I love a winner, but I'm not crazy about a Muslim. Maybe he'll convert, right? We'll put him in line in the back of Usa Vance, and I hope I'm saying that wrong." If Americans are concerned that they can't afford to host their families for Thanksgiving, Johnson said, "Well, right news is your family's not coming because all the planes are long gone. And if they're worried that he doesn't know how to run the country," Johnson said, "I'll say the same issue I said to Melania when she tried to help me do my hair. Leave. What I'm doing is very complicated and only I know how to do it." Opening monologue of the week. Glazer, the stand-up, roast comic, and Golden Globes host, gave an extended monologue in which she expressed her pleasure at being in New York, calling it Epstein's original island, and gave an enthusiastic endorsement of spray tans. If other women feared that spray tans would lead them to appear too much like President Trump, she said, "I'm like, bitch, that's why he won. I mean, yeah, he picked an insane shade. He went pretty dark. He didn't go Kamala, but he picked a color that half of America was like, okay, we can still tell he's white." Glazer also found that her younger friends' worry of being trafficked is often rubbing off on her. "She was out with him these days, and I was like, what if we get trafficked?" And they're like, "You're good." They're like, "We're safer when you're with us," because they think you're our madam. You have resting gizzling face, so just keep that on. Weekend update jokes of the week. Over on the Weekend Update table, the anchors Colin Jost and Michael Che continued to riff on the news of the man collapsing inside the Oval Office and the victory of New York City Mayor-elect Mamdani. Weekend Update guests of the week. Pete Davidson, the S.N.L alum, made a surprise appearance on Weekend Update to comment on a recent NYT article about the decommissioned Staten Island ferry boat that he and Jost own. As Davidson explained, "If you're thinking why I had to do a show in Saudi Arabia, we're losing millions on this ferry. I expect that's what the article says. I can't spend $5 on a paywall when I've got a kid on the way." He added that he was looking forward to becoming a father so he could give his child all the energy and exuberance I never had for this show. Davidson said that he took inspiration from the S.N.L writer and longtime executive producer Lorne Michaels. If Lorne Michaels has taught us anything, it's that you never ever give up, even if everyone says the time has come and Tina Fey is ready to take over. Davidson then pitched the ferry boat to any other fellow Staten Islanders who had vowed to leave New York if Mandani was elected. Davidson said it'll have everything that makes Staten Island great, the pizza. He paused and added nothing else to this list, although he and Jost had been calling their boat's management agency Big 2. Davidson joked they can't call their boat big anymore because the people on this ferry will definitely love running into ice.